Hello and what is up guys, and welcome back to another video from Screencasters. And today we're doing a deck profile of one of my all-time favorite decks in Yu-Gi-Oh, which is my Galaxies. This is probably my most innovative build of Galaxies. It is by far the most fun to play, I can tell you that, and it's oddly consistent. And one thing I love about this deck is if they stop one of your plays, you're not just dead in the water, you have a ton of other plays, so you can always go off if your opponent stops you a few times, so that's always good. Now I have done some duels with this deck. If you guys want to see those duels, there'll be a link down below or on the top right side of your screen, and you guys can see this deck in action for yourselves. And as with all my deck profiles, click the description box down below and you can see a long list of possible tech cards for you to try it for yourselves in the deck I'm profiling at the time. So yeah, this is the synchro build of Galaxies. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to drop some likes, so without further ado, let's get started. So first things first, you play 3 Galaxy Wizard. He is one of the best cards in your deck. If you open with him, or your Brilliant Fusion, or your Gofu, or your Galaxy Soldier, any of your combo pieces, you can be doing very well, and the fact that you can normal summon him twice, and his effect is not once per turn, he's super good. Of course, we're playing 3 Galaxy Soldier. I mean, this is a Galaxy deck. You need 3 to make your deck go. I'm playing 2 Galaxy-Eyes Photon Dragon, and 1 Galaxy Knight. Now, I was playing Galaxy Knight at 2 for a long time, but decided to cut him to 1 because you don't really want to open with him. You want to search him off of your Soldier, which is pretty good, and he only really combos with your Photon Dragon, so that's something. So he does lead to most of your rank 8 plays, but he's not really needed anymore, but he's very good for what he's there for. And last, the Galaxy monsters, 1 Galaxy Serpent. It's a level 2 Dragon Tuner, and it's searchable with your Galaxy Soldier, so that's pretty good. And yeah, it's a light monster, and the best thing about it is since it's a vanilla monster and it's a light monster, you can dump it with your Brilliant Fusion with your Lazuli and add it to your hand, so you don't even go minus off that, so that's pretty good. So that's it for the Galaxy monsters of the deck. For some tuners, we're playing 3 Gofu. This card is insane. It being a level 5 tuner is so amazing, especially with your Galaxy Soldier, especially with your Seraphonite, and especially with your overlay boosters. Level Eater, because you synchro it with Level Eater, make Coral Dragon, then eat a level off Coral Dragon, special summon that Level Eater again, and go into Stardust Charge Warrior, and then you get to draw 2 cards from Coral Dragon's effect and Charge Warrior's effect. We're only playing 1 quick draw. I was playing 2, but I did cut him from space. He doesn't really do much for your deck other than your Infinity plays and for your Ultimaya plays, but other than that, he's pretty useless. But in this build, that is more than enough. We're also playing 1 Jet Synchron and 1 Glow Up Bulb to wrap out the tuners. They are level 1 reoccurring tuners, and they work amazingly with your Level Eater to go into Formula Synchron, and who doesn't love that? Then we got 2 Overlay Booster. It's a level 5 warrior, and it's mainly there for synchro food. That's pretty good, and yeah, it's a really good card. It's a light, and you can dump it with your Brilliant Fusion, and then the next turn you can banish it and target 1 XYZ monster, and it gains 500 attack for each XYZ material. So you see where this is going. If you make Infinity, and this guy's already in your graveyard, you can banish him and beef up that Infinity by crazy amounts. It's super awesome. We're playing 2 Level Eater because it's not banned in the TCG yet as of the recording of this video. If it is, then cut it, but since it's not banned, it's a really good card. It's a level 1 that comes back. It's not once per turn. It's super amazing. For the Gem Knights, I play 1 Gem Knight Lazuli and 1 Tourmaline. I play 2 targets for Brilliant Fusion, so it's not always dead. And Lazuli is actually a combo piece because if you send Tourmaline or your Galaxy Serpent, you can add them back to your hand, which is pretty damn good. So getting a free access to your level 2 tuner is really amazing, and with Seraphonite, it's borderline broken. So that's it for the main deck monsters. On for the spells. We're playing the 3 Brilliant Fusion. This card is super bonkers. It's so good. I love this card. If this card wasn't a 3, I would not be playing this deck. The fact that you get a free level 5 monster, 2 normal summons, and access to your Galaxy Serpent from deck is just insane, especially in Galaxies. And the fact that if you open with a Gofu or a Galaxy Wizard with this, you pretty much win. You establish super big boards. Please check out those duel videos and you will see what I'm talking about. We're also playing 3 Galaxy Expedition. This card's pretty good. I was considering cutting it to 2 because you don't really sit on your Galaxy monsters too much. However, it is one of your key players into going to your rank 8, so it's not bad at all. It's just something I was considering, and it's searchable, of course, with your Galaxy Wizard. At last, the 3 Ls, we got 3 Instant Fusion. Because there's so many targets in this deck, you can go into Norden, bring back any of your level 1 tuners and go for Librarian, or you can go into Panzer Dragon to make Infinity with your Quick Draw, or your Galaxy Soldier. A very integral combo card for the deck. I apologize for the proxies, but I don't have the money to pay for Pot of Desires, so this is the only pieces of the deck I don't really own in real life. So yeah, cue the magic of editing in 3, 2, 1, boom! 2 Pot of Desires, because it gets you drawn to your combo pieces. Banishing 10 cards is not a problem as long as you establish a really big board or set up an OTK. We're also playing 2 Galaxy Cyclone and 2 Galaxy Zero because they're searchable with your Galaxy Wizard, and the fact that you can search out your back row to set for your Ultimaya Zolkin is almost broken. It's super awesome, and the fact that you can search your back row removal in your Galaxy Cyclone is super amazing. And Galaxy Zero is like your Crystal Wing maker aside from Ultimaya, because if you make Stardust Charge Warrior with the Pot of Greed combo I said before, you can activate Galaxy Zero and bring back that Galaxy Serpent from the graveyard, and since Serpent is a level 2 tuner, you can synchro that with your Charge Warrior and make a free Crystal Wing, so that's awesome. And yeah, of course, you can bring back your level 8s that you've done with Brilliant Fusion. You can bring back Galaxy Soldier and, you know, Instant Fusion shenanigans. It's a lot of fun. You guys are really going to love this deck, I swear to you. And last, the main deck, we got 1 Soul Charge, 1 1-for-1, and 1 Foolish Burial, wrapping out the 1-ofs and the main deck. As for the extra deck, for the synchros, we got 1 Ultimaya Zolkin. You only really need 1. The extra deck is extremely tight in this build. I cannot stress that enough. And one of the main pieces is because of Ultimaya Zolkin getting you free Crystal Wings and Clear Wings and all that jazz. Speaking of targets, we only got 2. We got 1 Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon and 1 Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. Now, the reason I don't play multiple targets is, as I said before, the extra deck is extremely tight, so I gotta make do with what you got. Because if I had more room, I would try to find room for a Michael or a Black Rose Dragon. For the level 6s, we got 1 Coral Dragon and 1 Stardust Charge Warrior. They're the only ones you really need, and they're going to be the ones you're going into, and the fact that you can make Ultimaya with them is super good, but they're mainly there for the Pot of Greed combo and a Synchro Climb into your you know, Ultimaya targets if you can't make the Ultimaya. So yeah, that's pretty good. And last of the synchros, we got 1 TG Hyper Librarian and 1 Formula Synchron, because that combo is still really good. You are playing the level eater, you can go into them incredibly easily with the Gofu and stuff, so yeah, pretty self-explanatory synchro shenanigans. For the XYZs, we got 2 rank 8s, we got 1 Titanic Galaxy and 1 Prime Photon. I wanted to find room for Lancelot, however, it's just, you don't have room. Like, the extra deck is extremely tight. You play your instant fusion targets, you got synchros, you got Ultimayas, you got rank 5, you got rank 8. There's a lot of things you need for this deck to go, so of course some things will be cutting for space. But by all means, if you don't have the cards for this deck profile or want to try something new, by all means substitute what cards you feel is right for the build at the time. We got the Cyber Dragon Infinity package, as well as a Durandal. Durandal is one of your better first turn plays if you can't make Infinity and you have to make a rank 5, because if you have the Brilliant Fusion, they have to target the Brilliant Fusion for stuff, which is pretty good. I mean, it's a free negate, there's not much to complain about that, and of course the old combo is still true to make your Durandal Titanic Galaxy. The only difference is sometimes you have an extra Crystal Wing to work with. And last of the extra deck, we got the 1 Seraphonite because of Brilliant Fusion, the 1 Elder Entity Norden, and the 1 Panzer Dragon for your instant fusion targets. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile, guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile of Galaxies. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. This is one of the most innovative decks on my channel, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as I said before, if you guys want to see this deck in action, you want to see the crazy combos and the things this deck can do when given the opportunity, check the description box down below and you can see a link to the duels and see this deck in action. And as I said before, if you guys want to see some possible tech cards to use in Galaxies, click the description box down below and you can see a long list of possible tech cards to use in Galaxies. So before this video gets truly done, I want to show you guys one of the best combos you can do in this deck with let's say the perfect hand. It's basically you get 3 negates, you get a Crystal Wing on board, you get a Titanic Galaxy, as well as a Cyber Dragon Infinity, all in your first turn with only 5 cards. And this is arguably the best hand, and let's play it out. All you need is 1 Brilliant Fusion, 1 Instant Fusion, 1 Gofu, 1 Wizard, and let's say a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. So we're gonna assume that you're going first, your opponent has nothing on field and has no way of stopping you. So let's see how it plays out. So you're gonna special summon your Gofu to the field because you need no monsters to summon it. But you're not gonna activate his token effect because you need those spaces. Then we're gonna activate Brilliant Fusion and we're gonna be dumping 2 specific cards. we're going to be dumping a Galaxy Serpent for your light monster, and one Gem Knight Lazuli for your Gem Knight monster, so you can go into your Gem Knight Seraphonite. These cards go to the graveyard, and since Gem Knight Lazuli was sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add one normal monster to your hand from your graveyard, which is the Serpent. So we're doing good so far. So we're going to use Seraphonite's ability to give us 2 normal summons, and use the first one for our Galaxy Wizard. For this normal summon, you can activate his effect to trigger himself off, and add 1 Galaxy card from your deck to your hand. What you're going to be adding is your Galaxy Soldier. Now you need to clear up some room on your field, so you're going to synchro your Blackwing Gofu with Gem Knight Seraphonite because he's a tuner and she's not at the same level to go into your Ultimaya. Then you're going to set your instant fusion and trigger off his effect, and special summon a Crystal Wing from your extra deck. Then you're going to activate the Galaxy Soldier in your hand and discard the Galaxy Eyes Photon from your hand to the graveyard to special summon himself. And then you're going to use his effect to search 1 Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand. In this case, you could be adding 1 Galaxy Knight from your deck to your hand. So you still have your extra normal summon. Since you control a level 5 or higher Galaxy monster, you can normal summon your Knight without tributing. And if you do, you can special summon 1 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your graveyard to the field. Now you're going to overlay these 2 to go into your Titanic Galaxy, which is just amazing. And of course, you still have that very pesky instant fusion that you set earlier, which means you can special summon 1 Panzer Dragon from your extra deck to the field. And since they're both level 5 light machines, you guys know what's coming. You make Cyber Dragon Nova, and then you slap on Infinity on top. So having only 5 cards in hand, and you have an extra Serpent just in case, you have 1 negate of a spell card and free negates from attacks. If your opponent tries to attack any of these monsters, you can attach from him and make them attack him. You have 1 monster effect negation and stoppage of any level 5 or higher monster. And you have Cyber Dragon Infinity, which means you can stop anything you want for free, and you can absorb stuff and make him bigger. This is already an OTK, but it's a very safe and secure OTK. And if you draw into any more of your back row, you can set it, and then Ultimize effect will trigger off, and you can go into your Clear Wing and complete the combo. Because then you have 5 monsters on field that can do some really cool shit. So that is probably the best combo you can do in Galaxy Synchro, and trust me, there's a lot more combos to go and to show. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see a combo video for Galaxy Synchro, comment down below. I'll try to get around to it. No promises though, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like the deck profile, and yeah, one more thing, don't forget to check out the duels for this deck so you can see even more crazy stuff this deck can do. So yeah, don't forget to like the video, comment the video, and subscribe to my channel, which is Screencasters, for more epic and amazing videos similar to this one. Once again, my name is Yugioh from Screencasters, and I am signing out.